Hi lovelies! I wanted to do a very short and sweet video today. If you've never seen me before, my name is Bryony. I review cruelty-free and vegan products, and I also do a lot of tutorials using them as well. But obviously it's Black Friday on this Friday, and so I wanted to raise a couple of points just to help inform you if you are thinking about doing a massive splurge. I know that this comes up again when it comes to Boxing Day and also New Year's sales, and so I just wanted to raise a few points to help you and also help you consider where your money is going. So obviously Black Friday, even though we're in New Zealand, like the sales actually happen here as well. I know that a lot of them happen overseas, but it's just a big time of year, and for me personally, I like to take a multi-pronged approach to this. So for example, first recommendation, write a list. I've got a fairly long one here. But again, for me, I actually kind of let all of my products run out, so it tends to be at this time of year that I'll do my bulk purchases to last me the year ahead. So big ticket items is sort of what I do. And another point I just want to raise when it comes to number 2, bulk purchasing. So consider your carbon footprint with everything that you're purchasing, because obviously every single time that we're ordering something, if it's like one item that you're just getting shipped over from overseas, that is a massive carbon footprint for just one item. So just be considerate about that sort of stuff. So what I do for me personally is I try and buy in bulk. So that means that I just get this one big order around about this time of year at one of those 3 sales, whichever one has got the best deal. If something's not on sale, I just leave it and then I just come back to it later. And by making sure that you're doing this one big transaction as opposed to multiple ongoing ones. This is why I hate subscription boxes. I'm not one for that sort of stuff, because those are these ongoing carbon footprint, if you're trying to help the planet, try to avoid that, which is why I try and do it this way instead. The next point I want to make, number 3, this is sticking to your list. I know it can be so tempting when you see this like amazing sale on all this stuff that you've kind of had in the back of your mind, but you're like, I don't actually need it. Just boil it down to the things that you really need, because it is honestly such a time of year that people will go into debt. Just be sensible about what you're getting. Think about how many times you'll use it, if it is practical, if it's going to go out of date before you can actually use it. There are so many things, and same as things that are going to be a fad. Like there are so many things, like from Colourpop for example, they'll do their regular massive sale, and unless you really like these Colourpop products, then there's almost like no point of getting them, because I know that they always have sales on, but they churn out new things all the time. And for me personally, they haven't really brought out anything that's like cruelty-free and vegan that like really stands out to me. They've got a couple of shimmers, like in terms of like your body lotions, but that's really about it, and I'm like, it's not quite worth it for me at the moment, because so many of their palettes aren't even vegan. So it's just really do stick to your list and consider stuff. Number 4, consider all of the things that are on your list. So I know that there are people that wait to get their TV or a big electronic ticket item, and just make sure that you've fully considered and researched everything that you want to buy beforehand. Otherwise on the day you're going to be freaking out having to Google stuff and cost compare, all of that stuff. You will have to cost compare on the day, but in terms of looking up specs, looking up parent companies, looking up the ethical practices of companies, that's the stuff that you can find out prior, and that's stuff that I'm still researching now, even though I've been compiling this list and had it in the back of my mind for a while. It's just a really, really good thing to try and tackle now. My next big, kind of a big one, are we on 4 or are we on 5? I kind of forget right now. But for me, I like to do things like, if you are also a makeup shopper, get those items that you're going to be using kind of regularly and those bigger ticket items, because it's kind of like you can get, say for example, 10% off on everything, and it's like if you get 10% off on a $50 item and compare that to again 10% off on a $10 item, it's you know, it's like, for example, I want to get a bunch of cooler stuff because that is really good in terms of like SPF protection, and basically for me, I'm just really boiling it down to the bare minimum of things I'm going to get. It's like sunscreen, mascara, supplements, protein powders, like it's really just basic stuff. And I'm also looking at things for the wedding just in case there's anything else I need to get as well. So yeah, actually for me it's really about those regular purchases that I would be making. So like I said, with supplements and also with things like my hair dye, those sorts of things, when they're on special, I'll just get a few of them, keep them aside. It means that one, you're also reducing your shipping, and two, you get it at a cheaper price, so then your cost to benefit ratio over time, it actually does make sense. That brings me along to my next point. If something isn't on such a great deal, just wait until the next one, because there's always going to be another sale on, and unless you really have to get it, I would not recommend splurging on these items when the deal isn't even all that great. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff that you need to consider when it comes up to this time of year. And of course, my final tip is sign up to every single loyalty thing you can. Get those emails, get them in beforehand, because you'll find on a Thursday or on Thanksgiving, because I know a lot of you guys are in America, making sure that you're subscribed to all of that stuff. I'm sure that you do this already because a lot of people know this trick, but they will release that stuff early on, and so from midnight you can actually just start adding things to your cart, purchase it, done. I don't know whether I'm going to set my alarm or if I'm going to try and stay up. I need my sleep and I normally go to bed at 9. So I'm still yet to figure out what I'll do, whether I get up at 4 in the morning or whether I set my alarm for midnight, whichever one of those, but I'm going to make sure that I've just got everything that I can stick to my list with, every Christmas present that I possibly need, all of those other things, and just make it a really smooth, seamless process. Should hopefully only take an hour, and then that's like a year's worth of shopping and all the gifts done, everything done, just like that. And that's kind of the way that I like to tackle the sale season, and that's basically all I can really update you guys on, but I just thought this would be a useful little video that I could share with you guys, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Don't go too crazy in the sales, stick to what you really actually need, research beforehand, and don't go into debt for a sale, please. I'll see you again very soon with a beauty related video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I come out with new videos every week. Bye!